Hi guys, now we're going to be going over the worksheet from Density Extra Practice. The key is posted and you're more than welcome to cross-reference that, but I am only going to do a few of these problems. So just as a review, the triangle, density equals mass over volume. Density equals mass over volume. Mass is equal to density times volume. Volume is equal to mass divided by density. All right, so the first one is pretty self-explanatory. This is a lot like the density intro worksheet that we did. But what is the mass of an ethyl alcohol that fills exactly a 200 milliliter container if the density of the alcohol is 0.789 grams per milliliter? So all we need to do is we need to solve for mass. Mass is equal to density times volume. So all we have to do is multiply these numbers. 0.789 grams per milliliter times 200 milliliter. You will get 157.8. Milliliters will cancel out and you'll be left with grams. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys solve for 2 and 3 by yourself. A lot of people have been confused on this section of the chart. So what I want to do is I want to go through and show you exactly how we're going to solve this problem. It's not as complicated as it looks. So we have right here the mass, the volume, and no density. So for metal A, we need to solve for the density. For metal B, we need to solve for the volume. For metal C, we need to solve for density. And for metal D, we need to solve for the mass. So the first thing we need to do is just solve for those numbers. We know density is equal to mass divided by volume. We've got a mass, we've got a volume. 10 grams divided by 2 milliliters would give you 5 grams per milliliter. Here, we need to solve for volume. Volume is equal to mass divided by density. So we would take 10 divided by 2, and we would get 5 milliliters. Here, we need to solve for density, which is equal to mass over volume. So we would take 30 divided by 5, and you would get 6 grams per milliliter. And last but not least, we're solving for mass here, and mass is equal to density times volume. So we would take 5 multiplied by 8, and you would get 40 grams. Now, based upon finding those answers, now you can answer all of these questions pretty easily. So it's asking you which metal is the most dense. So let's look at the density. We've got 5, 2, 6, and 5. Metal C is the most dense. What 2 pieces of metal are probably the same kind of metal? So let's look at these. These 2 could be the same. These 2 could be the same, or these 2 could be the same. Mass and volumes do not dictate what type of matter it is, though. So it has to be the same as density. So it would be 5 and 5. So it would be both A and D.